I'm gonna read a couple things to let you know how special it actually was. For the 14 starters, they had 561 wins, 103 losses. 267 of those were by pin. We were only pinned 22 times out of a total 663 matches. The team won 84% of their matches. Our dual meet record of 29-1 is a school record for wins. We defeated teams from Florida, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas, Alabama, and Colorado. We won a total of 8 tournaments this season, including the prestigious Tre Colada. We defeated 2-time state champion Windsor, Colorado, ending their 55-match win streak. We averaged 61 points in dual meets, while only holding opponents to 9 points. During state, we tied the state record for place finishers with 14. And finally, what I think is absolutely amazing, we broke our own record for scoring in a state meet by scoring 339 points, which I doubt will ever be broken, and if not, it'll be by us. As you can see, we've been extremely successful and blessed. And I'm going to call Coach Robbie up now to talk a little bit more in depth about our wrestlers.
First of all, guys, I'm going to try to stay calm this year instead of running around with my mic, because this year is not about me. It's not about my other coaches. It's about the greatest group of kids we had the opportunity to coach this season. And I'd like to share their accomplishments with you. And I'd also like to share a special person with you today. So I'm going to stay at the podium, at least for a little while, before I run around here and start getting crazy. First of all, I have to thank our administration and our faculty. We have a great opportunity here at Brother Martin that we are allowed, out of necessity, to travel around the country and face better competition. Without that, we would not be standing here today. You know, I've got guys sitting in those stands over there who were undefeated in the state of Louisiana, but suffered multiple losses on the road. It's truly a tribute to our administration and to our faculty that you allow these guys to miss class and make up work while we travel around the country representing Brother Martin. And for that, we truly thank you. First, the next thing I'd like to do is thank the 2 best assistant coaches anyone could ask for. Coach J.P. Pierre, please give him a big hand. And Coach James Kasdaban. During the season, you know, our coaches are no different than any of the coaches here at Brother Martin. You know, without a doubt, we have the best group of coaches in the state of Louisiana in all of our sports. And these guys sacrifice just like they do. And Coach James was here the last month of the season every morning at 6 a.m. getting extra bike workouts in with the kids, extra conditioning, and you could see it at the state tournament. And our kids commented on it at the state tournament. You know, they'd walk over and say, there was no way I was going to lose in that match or I was going to wear out, because we put in the extra time and the extra work. And we also have a great group of assistant coaches that volunteer their time. So one more time, guys, a big hand for the coaches. The words dedication and love are used a lot with the Brother Martin wrestling team. I tell my guys, I know the week leading up to state, I must have told them I loved them 10 times. And then the other thing is how proud we are of them. How proud we are of their outstanding effort, not just at the state tournament, but throughout the year. Wrestling is a sport that takes a special individual, an individual that has discipline, an individual that that not only has to pace himself through practice every day, but has to pace himself when he's outside the practice room. And that just doesn't go for extra runs and extra training, but it goes for weight loss and just discipline. And these guys have been disciplined throughout the year. And guys, I've told you again, I'm gonna tell you one more time, I love every one of you, and I am so proud of your performance. Our seniors, you know, 3 years ago, we made a big decision as coaches. We decided that we were gonna go with a group of goofy sophomores, and we were gonna throw them to the wolves, even though I had opened my big mouth guaranteeing we were gonna finish no worse than 5th at the state tournament. I still decided that this group of sophomores we had would be our best chance to do that. I remember how excited I was that year after the state place matches when these guys had all stepped up and placed at that state tournament. From there, they catapulted themselves into a surprising state championship last year. We were far from the favorites going into the tournament, but we took the state championship trophy. And that's something we preach. We preach to go out and take what's yours. And these gentlemen put in the work, and they went out at that state tournament and they took what was theirs last year. This year was a culmination of 2 years of hard work. You know, I had a kid graduate last year named Jared Roman, and I thank Jared Roman for being the glue that held this team together. Well, this group of seniors right here, both the starters and the backups, they held this team together for the last 3 years. And guys, no one is going to ever forget that. You're a great group of seniors. Thank you. To our underclassmen, you have a lot to live up to. This tradition must continue. I know you guys are going to put in the work to have this tradition continue. We have some outstanding underclassmen, some outstanding leaders in the group, and we're expecting that you guys take the lead and take over for these seniors next year. The future of Brother Martin Wrestling is bright. We have 7 seventh graders coming to Brother Martin next year who have all won multiple state championships through our Crusader Wrestling Club program. Now, I can't stand in front of you today and guarantee another state championship. We're lacking in upperweight athletes. And I'd ask you students out there, especially you 8th graders and you freshmen out there who only play one sport or maybe 2 sports and you can fit another one in, to please come speak with me. We desperately need wrestlers over 150 pounds, up to 200 pounds if we're going to keep this tradition going. And I know we'd love to keep this tradition going. So if any student would like to talk to us, we're more than welcome to get you out on the team. What I'd like to do now is take a minute away from the wrestling team, and I'd like to congratulate 2 great teams at Brother Martin. I don't have the opportunity to attend many soccer games, but I went to the Mandeville playoff game because I didn't want to watch my daughter at her 9-year-old practice, so I went down the street and watched the soccer team. Guys, what I saw was an incredible display of athleticism and skill. That soccer team had a great season. Where are all the soccer players? Stand up, guys. Let's go. Let's give them a big hand. Gentlemen, Coach Wisniewski and I coached the 1996 team to a 2nd place finish. We were 2nd place in 1997 and 98. You're going to kick in the door next year. We know it. You're that close. Heartbreaking loss. But the soccer guys are going to do it next year. Once again, great season, boys. Now let's talk some basketball. You know, back in the late 1980s, early 1980s, Nolan Richardson at the University of Arkansas had a team, and they called it the 40 Minutes of Hell. It was full court pressing. It was attacking. I was at the Barb game the other night. For Barb, that was 32 minutes of pure misery. And that basketball team attacked and attacked the other night. And as I told them, they are the best basketball team in the state of Louisiana. They looked fantastic the other night. Why can't we pack this gym tomorrow night with 1,200 students I don't understand that. Jabbar Singleton is giving every ounce of his athletic skill to Brother Martin High School. Lumpkin has improved like no kid I've seen improve in 3 years. And the rest of the seniors and the rest of the guys starters on that team, they deserve your attendance Friday night. Every one of you. Why can't we put 1,100 students in this gym? I don't know why, but I think we need to try to do it. As I told the team the other day, you only get one chance. They only have one chance at this game on Friday night. Let's help them out and let's support them. What I'd like to do now, I'd like to introduce what some people are saying, the greatest wrestling team in Louisiana State history. I'm going to call them out by the order of their finish. Finishing in 5th place, a freshman, 113 pounds, from the great city of Belle Chase, with a record of 40-7, Taylor Gamble. In 4th place at 132 pounds, with a record of 43-17, Mason Williams. In 4th place at 220 pounds, with a record of 39-13, the Cuban Missile, Josh Tapia. For these next 3 guys, I'm going to have to take a second. You know, as a wrestler, the toughest thing to do if you're a senior is to lose before the state finals. If you lose in the state finals, it's final. It's over. As a wrestler, if you lose in the state quarterfinals or the state semifinals, it's not like missing the last shot of a game or about dropping the game-winning pass right at the buzzer. In wrestling, you've got 1 hour to come back. So many seniors have gone in the state tournament with high seedings and been upset and gone on to lose 2 or 3 more matches and finish 4th, 5th, or 6th place. The next 3 guys could all have been state champions. They ran into numerous things during the season. Injuries, tough kids in their weight class. All 3 of these boys, after very emotional losses, came back and finished in 3rd place. As a tribute to them, as I walked in the back during the consolation rounds, I said, guys, we're nearing the record. And Tyler Robertson stood up and looked at Dominic and Patrick and said, we've got to go out and do what we're supposed to do so we can take the pressure off of our guys coming back to the finals. That is the definition of a true teammate. So my 3 third place finishers, with 113 career wins, 3-time place finisher, senior year record of 35-2, and team captain Dominic Casdavan. Also in 3rd place at 145 pounds, 111 career wins, 3-time place finisher, 26-3 his senior year, team captain Tyler Robertson. In 3rd place at 160 pounds, Patrick Hoppy came out of nowhere this year and filled the vacancy that was left when Jordan Gerlaw was injured. He gladly moved up 2 weight classes for the team. Patrick Hoppy had a record of 37-14. I our state finalist at 126 pounds with a record of 37-10, Austin, Maine. At 152 pounds, with career 107 wins, a senior year record of 43-6, and all 6 losses were to bad dudes. But he wrestled a hell of a season, Devin LeBlanc. It's always great to get a sophomore in the state finals. Our 195-pounder, who had absolutely no varsity experience, weighed in for the state tournament at 180 pounds, so wrestled some big boys, and most of them were seniors. He had a record of 41-11, Yaya Riles. The greatest thing about coaching is that I get to coach guys who turn things around. And Mason Morrow has become a good, respectable student who works hard in class. He's become a student who managed his weight and cut down to 106 pounds. He finished with a record of 27-3, and he's your Louisiana Division I state champion, Mason Morrow. Our next wrestler saved the day at last year's state tournament with his finals victory. He's well on his way to becoming the greatest Brother Martin wrestler ever, and I know he'll continue to put in the work. He's also the manager of the baseball team, which is very important to him. He is 2-time state champion with a record of 42-8, Paul Klein. You know, Daniel, your 8th grade coach told me the other day, he goes, man, you know, DeLon came out in 8th grade as he was a fire plug. I mean, not DeLon, LeBlanc came out in 8th grade, he was a fire plug. DeLon, you could see, had that natural ability. He goes, how did you get Albrecht to be a state champion? I'll tell you how. Daniel Albrecht worked harder than any kid on this team this year. Extra workouts, extra drilling. He improved more than any kid I've ever seen in the course of the last 3 years. He's 170-pound state champion with a record of 45-5, Daniel Albrecht. You know, they say Connor Campo of St. Paul's was pound for pound the best wrestler in the state. I don't agree. Pound for pound, the best wrestler in the state was this next guy. He leads Brother Martin with 144 career wins. He's 5th all-time in pins in a season. He's 8th all-time in total wins. He's 3rd all-time in pin wins in a season. He had 55 wins this year and 1 loss. Ever since he was a sophomore, he has never not performed when we've sent him on the mat. He's state champion, Kyle DeLong. And finally, got to be in the last 20 years, the best heavyweight in the state of Louisiana, who actually weighed in the 220-pound weight class. Ross Brisker looked like a 106-pounder in the state finals. The kid from Jesuit had no idea what hit him. A technical fall in wrestling at heavyweight is like winning a baseball game 40-0. State champion with career 104 wins, 51-3 his senior year, state heavyweight champion Ross Brisker. Kyle Ballon and Ross Bristol were also our team captains. You know, just a couple of words, guys, while I have these guys in front of me. Like I said, the words love and dedication mean a lot to our team. Also, responsibility means a lot to our team, and discipline. And these guys show that. You know, there is no reason that every team at Brother Martin can't achieve what we have. We're no different. I am not a better coach than any of your coaches. I challenge you students to step up over the next couple of years and make the most of every opportunity you get. Remember, every time you step on that field for that game or that moment, it is the last time you get to be there. And that doesn't go just for sports. Everybody here is aware of my fondness for the band. Whether it's the band, the ROTC field team, whatever it might be, guys, let's strive for excellence every day. I sent my team a text message the morning after the state tournament, and it said something like this: what you've accomplished is great, but you're gonna all accomplish greater things in life. This state championship is great, but I want these boys, these men, to go on and accomplish bigger and better things, and we want the same thing for every one of you in this gym today. Next, I have to introduce one of the most special people that I have the privilege, the great privilege to have known him for a long time. Jay Rink and I attended high school together, where Jay was an all-state football player who led one of Brother Martin's greatest football teams to the state semifinals his senior year. Jay was a four-time letterman at Tulane, where he played defensive end. Jay Rink was diagnosed with ALS a couple of years ago. I stood in the hall with Jay Rink a couple of days later and we talked. And Jay told me everything that was going to happen to him over the course of his fight with ALS. And he did it with a smile on his face, and he did it assuring me that no matter how bad it got, when he's flat on his back and not able to move, that he still wants to be here for his children and for his family and friends. And over the course of 2 years, he has proven that to everyone in every action that he does, in every way he carries himself. You know, Jay has ALS. It's otherwise known as Lou Gehrig's disease. If you don't know who Lou Gehrig was, you should. One of the greatest Yankee baseball players ever, he held the major league record by playing in 2,130 consecutive games. He was known as the Iron Horse. On July 4th, 1939, Lou Gehrig stood at Yankee Stadium and he said, "Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on earth." Come on out, Jay. Today I consider myself and this team behind me, who all band together to dedicate our season to Jay. Today I consider us the luckiest guys on earth for having to spend the season with my man Jay Rink. You know, in 1986, Jay upset 3 top-ranked opponents at the state wrestling tournament he had never won a tournament, but he won the state tournament. He didn't have to be on that team. He had his scholarship to Tulane sewn up. There was no reason for him to wrestle except for his love of his teammates, his friends, and Brother Martin High School. Our motto all year has been one for Jay. I'd like you all right now, along with the help of my guys here, to stand up and for a minute or two, let's give a big one for Jay cheer. Come on, guys. Come on, start off. One for Jay! One for Jay! One for Jay! Thank you, guys. I'll close with this. Boys. Whenever life seems like it's getting too tough, whenever it's easy to quit and shut down, whether it's not doing homework, or whether it's stopping at practice, or shutting it down in a big game, whenever it gets to that point, I want you to think of Jay Rink and think of this team right here that rallied behind him. And Jay's going to be around for a long time. And Jay, we love you. Thank you, everybody.